Hopefully everybody is having a good morning, a good day. We've got a little tank update. So as you can see, just from here, everybody's happy. Everybody's doing very well, thriving well, eating well, growing well. Everybody's doing fantastic. So right off the rip, if you notice, our Ghanies are finally coming out. I know I was gonna do a little update video the other day and kind of, show an update on the new corals that we put in, but the Ghanies just were not having it. I even asked our store guy, what could be wrong? Could it be the light? Could it be the flow? Could it be the water? But everything else was thriving at the time. Even like the acan colony, the acan colony is doing great, but they are a very hardy coral, but they were doing great. Everybody was doing great. So I was just so confused. And he even said, it could be just they're still trying to get used to it, which we have good lights, but we don't have the best lights. So it could also be they were trying to get used to our lights and our par as well. But they're doing great. They're finally starting to relax. They actually will get longer than that once they do finally come out and relax. And once they do that, maybe I'll put a little short video up of them or something just so you can see. But as of right now, that's where they're at. They're pretty relaxed. I think it's only still, 11 o'clock here in Fort Worth. So, but other than that, everybody's doing great. Have not seen our sand sifting starfish in a while. So I don't know if we even still have one anymore, but it's getting pretty dirty over here. So I think I might go and get another one, maybe two. Maybe we'll load up on a couple different starfish just to kind of give it a different array, because we do have the UV sterilizer. But you can see that there is still some small bits of algae on the back, which we have two turbot snails and the sea urchin. So they do handle quite a bit of it, as you can see. But never hurts to have, more cleanup crew and also cleaner glass. So that's just kind of the update on this one. There's not really much to it today. This Duncan is happy. I think we put in, I think it was the acan colony, the Ghanies, and then the mushrooms. The mushrooms are doing excellent. They've kind of spread out a little bit more. They're a little bit tinier whenever I originally put them in, and they've kind of puffed up and spread out, and they'll eventually cover this whole area of the rock. So that'll look really cool. And then we'll eventually get more mushrooms, and maybe I'll do a little mushroom on the bottom of rock theme and kind of just put mushrooms here and here and here and here. Maybe one over here. Maybe some over here. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see when we get some more, but other than that, all the other corals are doing good. The toadstool, it's still, I don't know. I don't even know what to think of this guy right here. It's very confusing, and I don't know. I'm thinking about just maybe getting rid of it and going and getting a toadstool that I know is alive, because I did get them from Petco. 90% of Petco corals probably don't live just because their water isn't as good as somebody that's dosing every day, all day, and checking parameters and stuff like that. So, which, not to say that Petco doesn't do that, but I know for a fact that I do that, and that's why my corals look good. So might get rid of him and get an actual toadstool that I can visibly see is healthy and thriving, because this one looks exactly like it does whenever I got it. So, and then the tube anemone, I actually did move the rockscape around a little bit. Some corals weren't as happy as they were, or as they needed to be. So I did move it around a little bit. We put this rock over here. I put the tube anemone here. It is super happy. Super happy, loves this spot. It actually was a little bit out here, so it's kind of scooted back, but it loves that spot. The Duncan, I believe this one actually was like a little bit over. It's here now. The Ghanies were kind of all over the place. I had them over here, I had them up here, over here. They were all over the place, but they love this spot, so they're gonna stay there. The acan colony, it was in a different spot. It was actually here, but you can still see some glue residue, but it was here. Then I had it in the sand, and now here. It loves this spot as well. I'm actually kind of hoping that maybe it'll grow out over that whole piece right there. I think that would look really cool. But so everything's kind of moved around a little bit. I know that we're gonna get more rock and kind of fill in the back of the tank as well. So then you kind of have a little bit more volume in there, and then also we can start stacking corals above those and have more coral space. Eventually, you know, if we just had this, we would run out of space. So putting corals in the back will give us just a little bit more space, but everything's coming together pretty well. It's coming together really well. The UV sterilizer made a huge difference on the water and the fish health as well. So everybody is super happy, doing super well. We are going to get rid of the 30 gallon, I think. Still deciding, but I'm honestly leaning a little bit more towards, you can see it's dirty. The nitrates are probably super high, which is why you see all the pink algae. We're getting rid of the clowns. It's a mess. I need to drain this water down, which I actually drained it down the other day a little bit, and I actually cleaned the sand a little bit. It started to grow back, but I plan to drain it down, move it, and then I'm thinking filling it back up, taking all the sand out, taking all the rocks out, and doing frag stands, and maybe just making this a frag tank. I know low boys are typically the best, but I don't have $4,000 to spend on a low boy, so might have to make do with this, or I might take everything out, completely restructure it, put new sand in, new rocks in. I might still use some of the same water and just kind of, you know, add new salt water to it to bring the nitrates down, and make this either a seahorse tank or a small predator tank, maybe like a dwarf fuzzy lionfish or zebra lionfish and a umu triggerfish, and maybe a spotted grouper fish. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm kind of up in the air with a bunch of different things, but as of right now, that's where this one's at. So we're gonna try to focus a little bit more on the 75 gallon than this one, at least for now, with the state that it's in. All right, other than that, everything is going fantastic. Reef Ranch is thriving and growing, and we'll continue to get more livestock. So make sure y'all like, subscribe, and watch so our channel can keep growing just as our aquarium is. Thanks, and we'll see y'all next time.